Hey everybody and welcome back. We're just rolling into October, so that means autumn decor is in high demand. Today I've put together 3 very easy products that you can do in just an afternoon. You can use scrap wood for these, or if you don't have the scrap wood, you can go to your local big box store, and for under $15 you can do all 3 of these projects. Now before we get started, take a second, hit that subscribe button or turn on the notifications so you see more videos just like this. And I guess there's this new thing called Hype. If you're using your mobile app, right along here you'll see a little icon for a Hype. Give that a smash. That helps a small channel like mine a whole lot. All right, let's get started. The first project is going to be this pumpkin-shaped candle box. And for this, I'm going to be using up a bunch of pine scraps that I had. And the first step is to rip these down to 4 inches wide. Now each one of these pieces have to be a minimum of 6 inches long, so as long as you have a 6-inch piece, you're good. And you're going to need 6 pieces that are 6 inches long by 4 inches wide. And when you're going through your scrap wood, grab your 4 longest pieces and set them aside. These will be used on the back later. You're going to need the longest piece to be 12 inches at minimum, and then a couple more pieces around 10 inches long. Once you got your 6 4-inch wide pieces cut, head over to the miter saw and set it to a 30-degree miter. Then I'm going to set up my stop block so I can make all 6 pieces identical. You don't need a stop block for this, you can just measure and use your square. But this is just a lot quicker if you have it. And as always, it's much easier to sand everything down prior to assembly. So I'm just going to use a piece of 120 grit sandpaper here and give everything a quick sand. This isn't something that you're going to be really picking up a whole lot and running your hands over, so it doesn't need to be furniture grade by any means. Assembly is pretty straightforward. We're just going to use some wood glue and an 18 gauge nail to hold everything in place while it dries. With the angles on these pieces, it does make it a little more difficult to drive a nail in nice and quick, so just take your time and line it up. You can also use the CA glue method too. I do that a lot on small projects where I just save a little room with the wood glue and put a dab of CA on to hold everything in place. Whichever one you prefer. And once you get the last piece lined up so the edges are nice and tight, you've got a perfect hexagon shaped candle box. Now for the pieces to fill in the back and for the piece in the front, I'm going to head over to my table saw and I'm going to set it up to 2.5 inches wide. Then I'm going to grab the longer pieces that I set aside at the start and I'm going to rip them down. We're going to need 4 of them. 3 out of the 4 pieces need to be a minimum of 10 inches long, and the 4th piece needs to be a minimum 12 inches long. I'm going to lay 3 pieces across the back and just kind of eyeball the space, make sure it looks even. And as you can tell here, all of my pieces were much more than the 10-inch minimum and 12-inch minimum that I needed. But if yours are cutting it close, make sure your 12-inch piece here is for the center. Then take your pencil and from the underside, just trace the shape of the hexagon so you know where all your cuts are going to be on your 2.5-inch wide pieces. All of the cuts will be 30 degrees. You'll just have to alternate between the right side of the saw and the left side so you can match up to all the marks you made. And to secure them to the hexagon, we're just going to use more wood glue and some more brad nails. Once you get the back side done, flip it over and put one piece on the bottom of the front. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of natural pine wood filler and fill all my little nail holes. Once that's dry, just give it a quick sand and I'm ready for staining. And for the stain, you can really use whatever you want, whatever you think looks like an autumn color. I'm using a Minwax Special Walnut for mine. It's on the lighter side, and I just like the way it really highlights all the grains and the knots in the wood, especially when you put a candle in front of it. And once the stain's dry, all you have to do is add your battery-powered candle, and you've got yourself a nice, warm-looking piece of autumn decor. Okay, so this next one's not really scrap wood, but for a $5 2x4 you can make 2 of these pumpkins out of it, and it is by far the quickest project in this video. I'm going to start off by setting up a stop block at 9¼ inches. On a 96-inch 2x4, this is going to allow me to get 2 of these pumpkins out of it. With my stop block set up, I'm just going to quickly cut 10 of these pieces. Next, set your saw up to 45 degrees, and then take 2 outside pieces of each pumpkin, and here you're just going to cut off the corners, top and bottom. By doing this, you're going to give your pumpkin a more rounded look. Now you're going to glue up your 5 pieces, making sure that you've got 2 outside pieces with the 45 degrees on them. And just spread your glue. You don't have to cover every little inch of it. It's not a piece of furniture. It's going to hold together just fine. Just spread your glue on and clamp it up. And try to keep everything as flush as you can. I use my table saw fence and just give everything a tap to straighten it up. But like most things that are meant to stand, I prefer to clamp them and leave them to dry while they're standing. Then I just give the top a couple little taps just to show it who's boss. And then 2 more for good measures. After I've waited a couple hours, I come back and just using 120, give everything a quick sand. Then I mark center of my center 2x4. While I was waiting for the glue to dry, I went on a little bit of a nature walk and found a couple sticks that would serve as good pumpkin stems. And you look for a couple with a nice taper to them, that way if it's a little loose or a little thick, you can just take small cuts off until you find the perfect fit. And this stick was pretty much 1 inch in diameter on the dot. So I grabbed a 1-inch spade bit and just sunk a hole about 3/4 inch deep. Then without using glue, I just stick everything together and make sure I'm going to have a nice tight fit. Once I know I have a good fit, I just cut the stick to about 4 to 6 inches in length and set it aside for now. And I'm going to do my staining before I glue the stem in. It's really not a big deal, it's just one less thing I have to worry about getting stain on. And with my 2 pumpkins, I'm choosing to use 2 different color stains just to accent one another. Then I just apply some wood glue to my stem and jam it in there. No need to even let the stain dry for this, you're barely even touching it. And if you want to add just a little bit more detail, you can add some twine around the stem. And in less than 15 minutes working time, you've made yourself a beautiful set of autumn pumpkins. Now this next project is one of my favorites. I tend to really like stuff that have angles on it, so this leaf really just appeals to me. And you can make these in all different sizes. It really depends on what kind of scrap you have laying around. You can make big, large ones for doorways or small sets, whatever you want. You just need a bunch of small pieces of pine cut-offs. And for the leaves, you don't have to be very precise either. I'm just going to cut a bunch at different widths and different lengths. The only thing you need to make sure of is that you've got 2 matching ones. So each time you set your saw up, make sure you cut 2 pieces. And for my leaf, I'm ripping down to 4 different size widths. And just like my 4 different widths, I'm going to make 4 different lengths. I set my miter saw to 30 degrees, and I cut both ends of each piece. Once I have one side done, I just transfer it over to the second piece and trace it to make the second one match. And for the top of the leaf, I'm going to make 2 small pieces. And these small pieces are only going to have a 30-degree cut on one side. The other side is going to be a straight cut. Next, I'm going to take all my pieces over to my workbench and just lay everything out. This is just going to help me get an idea how long of a stem I want to cut. I'm going to make my stem 22 inches long, and I'm going to cut it into almost a square. It's going to be 1.5 inches by 2 inches wide. I want it to be 2 inches wide because I'm going to dado out the edges of this so that the 3/4 inch pine boards can recess into it. And I also want to leave a little bit of reveal on the top side, so I want to make sure that I've got enough wood on the back side for the nails to go into, but I also want to be able to cut the dado deep enough that it hides the 3/4 inch board and leaves a little extra for the reveal. So I'm using a 1/2 inch dado stack, and it's set to 1 inch high. That 1 inch high will allow the 3/4 inch pine board to sit in and leave a 1/4 inch reveal on the top. Then I'm going to add a real steep cut to the bottom of the stem. I think this was 55 degrees, but I can't remember, but anything looks better than having it straight across. And again, before assembly, I'm going to sand each piece individually. There's a lot of nooks and crannies on this one, and you don't want to be caught having to hand sand all that. And before I stain, I'm going to take a bit of masking tape and just tape off the areas that I'm going to apply glue. This is just going to help the glue stick a lot better. And for this, I thought it'd be really cool to paint the leaves 2 different colors. So I'm just going to alternate from leaf to leaf using the special walnut and the dark walnut that I had in the shop. And once the stain's all dry, it's time to assemble everything. And I'm going to do this by just using wood glue and 18 gauge nails. I'll start at the top and work my way down, using a spacer in between the leaves when I start the next row. And where I see parts of the stem exposed that aren't stained, I'll touch that up before I nail them down. This includes the very top of the stem that I somehow missed. And since I made my stem 2 inches thick, once I took the 1 inch off with the dado, I still have another inch of wood behind the leaves. This way, when I drive my nails in, I don't have to worry about them poking out the other side. And with all the pieces of the leaf put together, I'm just going to touch everything up, fill my nail holes, and you're done. These are great as wall leaners, or you can put a little hook on the back and hang them wherever you please. And there you have it. 3 very easy autumn decor builds that you can do in an afternoon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you're subscribed so you can see more videos just like this in the future. Not just like this, they're going to be different. I'm not going to build this over and over, that'd be kind of silly. But hopefully I got something you find interesting, so turn on the notifications as well. We'll see you next time.